Correct me if I'm wrong, isn't this the first time that ALA 400 has been a Today Special on its own?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I believe it's the first time ever. And ALA, many folks put it right there with CoQ10, maybe a little bit in front of CoQ10 in terms of its protective benefits, but certainly CoQ10 has its very unique energy supportive, energy creating benefits. But alpha lipoic acid is extremely unique in that alpha lipoic acid is both water soluble and fat soluble. So alpha lipoic acid can deliver its protective benefits anywhere in the body. It can uniquely pass through the blood-brain barrier. That's what protects our brains from molecules we don't want to have access to it. So it's very hard to get protective molecules to our brain because of the blood-brain barrier, but alpha lipoic acid is allowed to pass through and deliver its benefits to the brain. Alpha lipoic acid delivers its benefits to the liver. It is among the most important detoxifying molecules. It's essential to the synthesis of glutathione. So alpha lipoic acid is right up there with any single protective ingredient you could ever offer. We talk about glutathione. Glutathione is hard to absorb. Glutathione is the ultimate protective compound in all our cells, but alpha lipoic acid supports the synthesis of glutathione in every single cell in our body.
Heart, brain, liver, energy, blood sugar system support. I mean, there's a lot here. Our pricing, if you'd like to order the Today Special, again, the pricing will expire in just a few short hours. That's where the pricing will go to, $30, $60, $120, or $240. That's where the pricing is today. So an amazing opportunity, saving nearly as much as you're spending. Let's head to the reviews and see what folks have talked about and said over the previous days, weeks, and months. First one says, can feel the difference. I am an 81-year-old woman with some health problems, and I am always looking for ways to be as well as possible. There are some Andrew Lessman products, such as CoQ10, that I will always take, and this product is now added to that list. I can feel the difference. Becca in Texas says, my doctor put me on these 27 years ago for blood sugar support. I believe in them. I found Andrew Lessman's products years ago and take several of them. I have several friends who thought they didn't need any supplements, have taken them and admit they feel better. And then finally, one last one from Ruth. Ruth says, I just received this 5 days ago. I can't believe how much better I feel. I have a lot of health issues, and the ladies at ProCaps could not have been any nicer to me. They knew just what I needed. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Keep up the great work. Andrew, you'll be blessed for all your hard work. Many thanks. Andrew, let's just touch on that if we can. You know, the support that ProCaps offers customers, that HSN offers its customers, is really part and parcel of what has made this business so successful over all these decades on television. Accurate, precise, genuine information and genuine support and community when and where you need it.
You know, where other companies on television talk about supplements like they're talking about the latest drug to cure cancer, all sorts of diseases, I never would do that. My goal wasn't even really to sell supplements. My goal is to provide valuable information. If you choose to get someone else's alpha lipoic acid, God bless you. That's great. Right. Get a good product in the capsule. Make sure it's a good form. That's the most important thing, that I stimulate our curiosity and our interest in our health. And again, at the very start of my company, when I started it 46 years ago, I would answer the phones to anyone who called and answer their questions.
Wow.
And I realized the most important thing we provide as a company is information. As great as our products are, the support and information I provided myself when I started the company is something that's never gone away. So in Henderson, Nevada, not in England, in India or some other country, in Henderson, Nevada, we have our vitamin specialists that will answer all your questions that you might have about any one of our products, or even give you information if you have questions about someone else's product. So again, we make everything. Virtually very, very, very few companies, even One A Day on their label says distributed by, so it doesn't even look like One A Day makes their own vitamins anymore. So most companies don't make vitamins. All they do is kind of make labels and make claims. And most companies don't support their vitamins. They sell them online, they sell them on Amazon, they sell them in stores. And we're different. We make everything and we support everything. So hopefully that's something that doesn't go unnoticed in how different we are from start to finish. I always would say I compare our products to our competition, but there's just no comparison. There's really kind of no competition. They don't make their own products. They don't support their products. It's just a very different approach that we've taken.
When you know, and that's why over all of these years, the one thing that has been earned is trust. Trust from so many of you who have been a part of Andrew's journey here on HSN and of course our sister channel QVC. And that's why we are here today. I want to remind you, because we're very busy on the phone lines, these prices are all expiring. These are today's specials. So the best pricing of the year, the first time ever we've had ALA 400 alpha lipoic acid as a today's special by itself. So a really unique and specialty opportunity. And Andrew, once again, and we're only halfway through, we are shining a spotlight on great things. Like next we have ashwagandha plus theanine. So this is an exciting night.
Yeah, and just to finish on alpha lipoic acid, most alpha lipoic acid we get our alpha lipoic acid from the best producer of alpha lipoic acid in Germany. Most alpha lipoic acid comes from the other side of the world. It costs a fraction of that price, but it can't compare to the quality and the purity of the alpha lipoic acid that we offer. And that's because alpha lipoic acid is such an important ingredient that can deliver such far-reaching benefits. It's the only ingredient that's called the universal antioxidant. Universal protective compound, because it can go everywhere in your body, whether it's going into an aqueous environment, say like your kidneys, or whether it's going to be going into a lipid-based structure like your liver or your brain or other tissues in your nervous system. So it's truly remarkable. It needs to be delivered correctly. And if it is delivered correctly, that's when you get to experience the benefits.
Just before we move along, Andrew, how do we think about the other option, which is the ALA plus NAC?
How do we think about it? I love that option. N-acetylcysteine. For a while there, it looked like our government was going to try to take away our N-acetylcysteine, even though